I'm Jolly Long-Whiskers from the Cactuar server. Wait, are we the Cactuar server? We're on the Aether data center, and we're on the Cactuar server. We're all in the Casual Adventure team. We're a really great free company. If anyone wants to join, you can always join. And yeah, we're here to do a little podcast, give this a shot, and see how it goes.
Everything Final Fantasy. But today specifically, Bozjan.
And hello, I'm Emi. I'm the resident healer of the free company. And
here's Kaito. Oh no, keep going, sorry.
No, I was going to like present you, but you can do that yourself.
And over here is Kaito Luna, also in the Cactuar server, part of the CAT or CAT FC, also known as Casual Adventure Team. And I am an everything jack of all trades, master of none. Feels good to be that.
Dang, I didn't get to give like my role. I currently play Paladin, but you know, I used to be a really good samurai back in Stormblood, and I usually change classes whichever with every new expansion. It's a good time to do it that way. We're switching it up. So
let's start with the juicy stuff.
Okay.
The juicy stuff.
So first, the first question I probably want to ask is first impressions. When you went in and finally saw it for the first time, what did you guys think?
The first thing was, oh my god, how Jolly and Kaito are already level 8 and I'm 1. That was the first thing.
Yo, no, like that's true too. Like I'm pretty sure Kaito said that he wasn't gonna wake up super early and play, but I'm like up at 6 a.m. and all of a sudden who do I see rolling in? Kaito. And I'm like, this guy trying to pull a sneaky on me and tell me that he's not gonna be on first thing in the morning.
It's really hard. The temptation actually caught me. Look, man, I literally went to sleep I tried to go to sleep super early, and then literally just like got into my brain and it's like, did you know that Bozjan comes out in a few hours? And my brain just totally like turned on and I couldn't go back to sleep. I was like, damn it. Yeah. So I mean, Emi, that was kind of your fault. You should have not slept that day.
Yeah.
You should have come in and no lifed it. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta know life. You gotta know life those big patch days like
life.
that.
Definitely gotta know.
Well, I kinda caught up on the day, kinda. Like I
That's true.
The rest of the day.
That is true. I remember when Emi was getting on, like I had been on like all day, and like when Emi got on, he got to like level 6 like super fast, and I was just like, how did he do that? I've been on all day and I just barely got to 8.
I don't know, man. I got lucky, I guess.
It just begs the question right there, man. Like, it's one of those things that I guess we can touch upon is that the leveling progress. It's super quick in Bozja compared to like Eureka and stuff like that, right? Yes. Like I went in and it was just like levels, rank called ranks in a Bozja. But yeah, it was night and day compared to Eureka.
The only one that I think would even be comparable to the speed at which they were leveling would be Hydatos. When you get into Hydatos, you could level up pretty fast, but then you just get into Baldesian Arsenal and get destroyed.
Back up in levels.
No, but yeah, Kaito has a good point. Like the difference in speed to level or to rank now, it's like abysmal. I remember grinding a whole day in Eureka to get like 1 level or 2, and I like went from 1 to 10 in 1 day here.
Yeah. It's one of those small things too that you can see. Like for example, one of the new things that I noticed when you go into Bozja is that the quests that you actually take, they also give you points for your rank after you actually complete them. Which is like I've never actually seen them done that in other exploration content, which was actually pretty good.
I think in Eureka it wasn't like that. I don't remember they giving you XP for that. So do you think that's a good thing or it's a bad thing?
I think it was a good thing. I mean, here's the thing. Like I feel like I blazed through it too quick. The leveling process was hella fast. Like anything that I was doing, the only thing that wasn't giving experience, which I think is the case, is the mobs that you kill. They don't give any experience towards the rank, right? So yeah, So only from doing skirmishes and the critical engagements that you would get the actual medal for ranking up. And that the quests give you a little bit more, I think that was good. I mean, the faster I could get to the highest level, the faster I could get to farming stuff.
I think they did a good thing in the relation between each level. It's like the first ranks are pretty fast, and then it gets a bit more grindy.
That's
in Eureka,
true.
I remember like mostly every level was a grindy one. Maybe like not level 1, but here like 1 to 8, it's like super fast, and that basically unlocks almost everything except the castrum. But
That's kind of a funny thing too, because like if you think about that's I think it's cool that they let you get into castrum at an early level, but then again I was one of the people that got all the way to 15 before I even stepped foot into castrum, and I heard about people going into castrum when they were like level 12 and 13 and stuff like that, and they're just losing tons and tons of metal.
I did, and I lost tons and tons of metal.
Yeah. And in regards to the crazy thing about that is that like 14 to 15 is almost double the amount of experience that you have to get. So like you get like up to 300 experience just to get to level 14, and then to get to 15 it's like, oh well, you only need 700,000 now. And it's just like, whoa, where are they getting these big steep drops? I thought I wasn't ever going to get into castrum because I was like determined to get to 15 so I didn't have to worry about metal anymore.
It was still pretty, even the astronomical number that they actually get. Like I was actually scared once they showed like the 703,000 or whatever medal that you needed for rank 15. But even then it wasn't too bad because as you know, the freaking the levels themselves scale the amount of medal that you actually get per level, and critical events being like the ones that give the most. So it's still like even at 14 you were getting like 10-12k medal, so it was going up pretty fast. As compared to Eureka, if we compare it to Eureka, you wouldn't really get much until you were like within a 2-level range of whatever you were fighting. So that was really a lot of like hard stuff. Like a lot of times I wouldn't really want to go to like the later fates because I wouldn't really get anything from it. I would probably just end up dying and then lose the experience anyway. So it was all...
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Now that you're saying that. Since you weren't locked in the first levels, you could technically go to the higher level fates, but there were like suicide and you didn't get any experience.
Yeah, unless you had someone to taxi you around. That was like one of the beautiful things about Eureka is that like if you had a friend in there that was already leveled, they could help you out so much by being your taxi.
That is true, yeah. That is
they kind of stopped that here too, because I remember me, Emi, and Ann were doing like some skirmishes in the first area, and I was like, oh, let's go try to see if we can get Ann into the second area before she could actually go there. And it just literally just popped her out of the car. I was like, oh, she disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah, they made sure about that you couldn't cheat it up.
Yeah.
Still,
those are all of the ranks there.
Getting to open the areas is pretty easy, so you like literally you can open all the areas in one day of grind. That is...
Yeah,
that's true, because I think it was like level 5 you get the first zone, and then level 8 you get the second zone, or the last zone. So I mean, all you gotta do is just level 8, and you have access to everything at that point.
Yeah, well, you need to be 10 for the castrum, but yeah, the rest,
yeah,
you're right.
I feel like that kind of made it so it seemed like the Bozja area seemed like smaller because you could get to the final area so quick. But it's huge. It's still huge, but it felt like, oh wait, am I done already? But no, there's still a lot to do, even after you get to the final area.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I think it's a good decision that you can access everything at a reasonable level. It could probably be... I mean, they could have made, I don't know, one more division and that'd be like level 10 and the castrum level 12. That I would be okay with that. But I think it's fine the way it is, though.
Yeah, I agree totally with you. I mean, do you guys remember... back in Pagos, where the first one was like, the first E3 was 26, the second and third were like 30 and 32. It was like, wow, are they so separate? Like,
oh my god, that was terrible.
That's why Pagos is always going to be known as like the worst part of Eureka, is because just the difficulty of it, and
Yeah.
there was nothing fun about it. I that's one thing that I actually liked right off the bat in Bozja is the fact that you get access to logograms, or what are their lost actions. Like, I love that you could access those like right off the bat and start using them.
That is super cool. I'm super on with that. Like, I think they took like a lot of things, like feedback from the people in Eureka, and they were like, okay, they don't want this, and they like fixed it for Bozja. Or they like this, but they would like to be, I don't know, from the start.
You know what though? Actually, one thing I don't like about Bozja, which is really silly, is like, well, this is something I liked about Eureka. I could go into Eureka and just follow the Fate train around and watch a TV show, and it'd be a really chill environment. Bozja is like, nah, you got fates to do, you got critical engagements to do, and when you're not doing those, you should be grinding mobs within clusters, because you got lots of prizes to win.
It's definitely more engaged.
Yeah, like you can stay engaged like 100% of the time in Bozja, and now honestly, like, that is a good thing. I think that was probably a problem for most people in Eureka. They're like, I'm just bored, but like sometimes I miss just being able to like throw up a show and zone out.
Yeah.
I think like they took the feedback of people who were like, I don't know, working to pop a notorious monster for 1 hour killing mobs. And once they do, there were like, I don't know, 100, well not 100, but I don't know, 50 people AFK at the base.
Yeah.
Waiting for that. And
Just
then
waiting.
They went there and get the notorious monster. And the rest of the people were like, oh, y'all fuckers.
Yeah, everyone's like so lazy, and everyone was so lazy in Eureka. Like, everyone knows it. I mean, if you were one of those people that were like doing the work, like, bravo to you, like, thank you so much, but I was totally one of those lazy people sitting at the crystals.
One of those people as well. Good thing that they didn't listen to the one guy that said, make Pagos too. I mean...
Yeah.
The guy who said that?
Yeah, I think there was one guy that said that. Like, yeah, leave it like it is. Don't listen to these people that want nerfs and stuff. It's like, nerfs are necessary in some cases, okay? This is...
I mean, I think most of the things are good. I do miss the fake trains. The fake trains were fun.
I mean, yeah, you kind of see them in Bozja, but they're not like... I don't know. I feel like in Bozja, you can take like one group and go and clear like the upper level fates like no problem. Meanwhile, I really felt like I saw like a train of people in between the first and the second zones. And then if you wanted to do the top zones, you needed to have a team with you to go do those fates. But even then, they were extremely doable.
Dude, I sometimes make those fates. Like I do them with my paladin alone.
Yeah, the best team.
Yeah. I feel like maybe that's the reason why it doesn't feel like the train aspect is not there. Is because, let's say back in Eureka, you had an actual level that scaled your power, right? And then here you have like mob ranks, and they're all the same within all the zones. So it's like, if you have a rank 1 in zone 1, the rank 1 in zone 3 is going to be the same thing to kill. So I guess it doesn't feel progressively harder. But I mean, I guess the critical engagements can get progressively harder. I mean, look at freaking the Chocobo day 1.
Yeah.
The worst thing ever.
Red Chalktober, Meme City. Everybody hated that fight. Everyone got killed by that stuff.
Yeah.
It is a fun one, though.
It is.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah. It is.
It's actually not that bad. Once, like I remember going there with, I think it was with you guys, and Jolly was like, "Oh, you just go to whatever meteor just dropped and go into there." And I was like, "Ah, okay." And then I didn't die anymore.
Jolly was one of those unbelievers. He didn't go when we went in. And he was like, yeah, you guys are not going to clear it. And then we ended up clearing it because there was a bunch of healers there just putting work.
Y'all had so many healers. I was like, oh, man, y'all got lucky. Y'all lucked out. I did feel bad, though. I felt so bad. I was like, man, I could have been in there clearing that.
What about when we went into the Behemoth Fate the first time.
That was
we were
fun.
How many people were there? Like 10?
Yeah.
Like, first mechanic, 7 of those 10 people died.
Just straight up died. There's one of the critical engagements I still haven't done because of that, because just people don't queue for it. It's like that one with the eye that you have to like look away or whatever and then look at it.
Yeah, I haven't done that one.
That one is hard. I've only done that once, and it was like rough because you have to get blinded basically, and then you can look towards the stone eye, but the blind lasts. Like, I want the blind to go away. Like, that's something I don't like. That I feel like, if you do the mechanic right, you shouldn't be punished. But, like, you have to punish yourself anyways by being blinded. Or maybe I'm a dum-dum and, like, don't know exactly, like, how to get rid of the blind. But, like, from what I could tell, like, I just got blinded and then, like, I wouldn't get stoned, but I'm blinded.
Thought if you, like, dodged the one that got you stoned, it took off the blind. So if you were blind during the stone phase, it took off the blind. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I thought it was like that, but I could be wrong.
It may be. I've only done it once, so, I mean, I didn't really have, like, a lot of time to figure that fight out.
Yeah, no,
Which
the third
area
time.
is that one? Is that in the second one or the third one?
Is it?
It's in the top level zone.
It's in the top level? Okay,
Yeah, it's in the top level zone because it's right next to where the that fox fate spawns.
Oh yeah.
That fox
one's,
critical engagement with all the laser beams.
That one's a doozy.
Oh, that one's
crazy.
one of the dual ones. What do y'all think of the duels?
Well,
I don't think Emi has done them yet. Right?
no, I haven't gone into any of them. I like never get chosen. Like, I know most of the dual critical engagements, so I usually have the chance to queue for the duel, but I never get chosen.
Yeah, that's been me too. I've gotten the chance to go in a lot of times, but I've never actually had the chance to go in and try it.
Yeah.
I kind of know the mechanics of the first one and the second one, but the third one, the fox spawns, I have no idea what to do in that one.
I'm pretty sure like there's like basically clear videos out for all of them now, so you can like go back and watch all these videos of these people that have cleared, and I mean now I bet people are gonna start clearing them pretty quick nowadays.
Yeah, bro.
And then they're just not gonna worry about hitting those fates anymore.
I think if I get into the first one, I can clear it. To the second one, I know what to do, but I don't have faith in myself to clear on the first one.
Yeah.
And the third one, I don't know. I had today the chance to go in that one, and we were like 2 people, and I was like, I think I'm gonna watch you die and not die myself.
You should have just gone in, man.
Dude, but that fire, dude, I'd seen it like once, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what actions to take in it. I don't know. I'm guessing mana wall and something else.
Yeah,
I think some of them require like you have. I think the beast dude. If you clear Red Chalktober without taking any like critical damage, Red Chalktober, I think you have to have Dispel for that beast dude. That might be the wrong fight though.
Yeah, no. You
need-
definitely need for that.
You need Dispel and you need Mana Wall for one of those. Or a Tank and Wall. I think they work as well. But yeah, those 2 things. That's probably one of the things that I didn't like too much about Bozjan. Like, I like the 1v1s, but I don't like the queuing system for the 1v1s. Like, at day 1, it was fine because I guess not a lot of people were queuing in for it because a lot of people didn't still know the fight for the critical engagement. But now it's like you get like 30 people queuing for the 1v1, so it's like a very, very low chance that you get into the 1v1. And I'd say 70% of the time, the person that does get in is somebody that probably doesn't know what they're doing. So it's like sometimes you feel a little bit let down because you kind of know that you can clear it, but it's like you don't get a chance to actually go in. So that's probably my least favorite part is the queuing system itself. But aside from that, the fights themselves are freaking fun as hell, man.
I think that'll get better in time. However, it'll only get better in time if I feel like that they nerf the rewards. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you clear one of those, you get 99 lockboxes. Like just 99 straight lockboxes if you clear one of those. And so I think about the people that have already cleared it, and, if there's no incentive for them to go back, that makes sense. Like, they get their title, they get their 99 boxes, and all the other things that they got. Like, I really feel like there should be nothing more after that. Like, they shouldn't try to queue again. That way you don't have these people just trying to, like, get that on farm. And that way it'll give people more opportunities to go in, and eventually, which, like, it's going to take a long time for that to happen, but eventually, like, more and more people will have it cleared, so there will be less and less people actually trying to get into it.
I mean, they could... Yeah, go ahead.
No, the thing that you were saying, I agree. And it also has the problem that since it's only one person and you have so little chances to go in, it's like you don't have a chance to practice it either. So maybe it's like, you know the mechanics, but when you go in, it's like, I don't know, you fuck up a little thing because you didn't have the chance to practice it. And you're like, okay, next time I'll get it right. And then you never go back in. Like, oh my God.
I was thinking that maybe, you know, if they can make a system like, I don't know, if you clear the CE without getting hit, then you get a token that you can use in order to maybe go into an instance or something like that. But the thing is, if they make it an instance, then it's probably going to set a bunch of other problems. I mean, look at the mess that Eureka was when it first got the instances and everything was crashing and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. There has to be some sort of, like, I guess a little leeway to how they do the 1v1s, because as it is now, it's very hard for me in my opinion, to get into a 1v1. Like, I've only gotten once into the robot one and once into the middle one, the what's it called? Well, the Beastmaster guy.
Dang, you've been in two of them? How does it feel, though? Like, I've never even been in one. I mean, don't you feel cool when you get in? You're like, oh my gosh, I am the one.
Look, man, the first time I went into the robot one, I had already seen some of the mechanics, so I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can definitely do this. I wasn't gonna clear. I definitely wasn't gonna clear. I was doing great, but I messed up one of the, like, the way you gotta position yourself in order to get pushed back into one of the towers. I messed one of those up, but even then, I wasn't gonna clear if I would have gotten that right, because I didn't know you needed mana wall in order to like stop one of the attacks from killing you. So it's really cool though. Like, that is the tension that I always feel when I'm doing, like, super high level content, like if it's Savage or if it's like when we did Ozma and stuff like that, like you're all jittery, you're freaking sweating, your hands are shaking. It's like it's a rush, man. It feels good.
I definitely got that with Ozma. Man, I don't think anything got me as worked up as, like, trying to get my Ozma clear.
Feels good. I think that was the only time I ever, like, actually jumped up and shouted when I beat Ozma. I've never done that. I've never popped up, man. And that was the only time I actually did it. But yeah, that was
I think I always shout when I finally get a clear of I don't know, like the fourth fight of a Savage tier or something.
No, I think it's good to celebrate with those, you know, those big victories over something that you had to, like, you know, spend some time learning.
Yeah.
And like those high level first clears that you're tight on DPS and you're like, oh my god, we're gonna rage again, no, and you clear, like, yeah.
What about the castrum? I assume that all of you guys have done it. Well, if nobody knows about the castrum, it's that one part where you go into an instance and it's like a kind of a raid type thing where you just go in and complete and battle a bunch of different monsters and bosses and stuff like that. But what you guys think about castrum?
I would say that it's castrum like Lacus Literary, something like that.
Wait, it's right here. I got it right here. Castrum?
Lacus Literary.
Lacus Litore.
I was pretty close to it. It was more Latin. So I think, like, the closest thing to that is like a 24-man raid. That's like how it feels, at least for me. But it has a nice few things. Like, I like I don't know, some people go top, some people go bottom. I think that's a cool thing. And like, you have to kill, I think it's in the 3-minute threshold you have before, like, kill one and you have to kill the other one before 3 minutes. I think that is a super cool idea. Like, I like going into there and everyone will shout, "Oh, my team can go top. Oh no, well, whatever. Take this action." That kind of stuff I like. Also, like saving the prisoners. I think that's a pretty cool part.
I remember my first run. We didn't save any of the prisoners. Like all of our prisoners died, and I felt so bad. And I was like, I wonder what I get from those. And then I finally got another one where I saved all of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I missed out on so much loot.
Anyone that doesn't know is like the prison. There's a specific point where parties have to separate, and you have to save different prisoners for your quadrant that you go to. And if you don't save them, that's like a chest less that you get from beating the second boss. And there's been a lot of raging for some people not saving their prisoners. It's been quite the ordeal.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's like, okay, you guys go northwest. You guys go, I don't know, southeast.
There's a lot of things that I feel like are kind of hard to coordinate. Like, you know, because unless you have like a full group and you can really get like a team of 8 or whatever to go to each of those cardinal positions, it can be a little difficult. Whereas in like the BA Discord, you know, they do make that easy by kind of like organizing all of it. But I don't know. This content, like, I don't think this place is so hard that the BA Discords, I don't think it's gonna like be able to keep up with the amount of people that are trying to like go into it.
I've been queuing like just regularly and finding a party there, or I don't know, maybe when it's about to pop, I pop looking for group cast room in the chat and someone invites you, or maybe I make a party.
This room is like that middling difficulty where it's a little bit harder than a 24-man, but it's definitely easier than Baldessian Arsenal and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's like that nice lukewarm difficulty.
What do y'all think about when the Savage version of this? Is that right? Like, there's a Savage version of this coming out?
It's not of this. It's not of this. It's Queen's something. It's something about a queen. I don't remember, but it's not the castrum itself.
It has a weird name. Yeah. It's even weirder than Castrum Black Conspirator.
Yeah, it's something to do with like some queen stuff. I don't remember, but yeah, it's a different type of it's a separate content from this.
I think it's going to be closer to Valdesian Arsenal. At least the Savage version, I think it's going to be like normal and Savage for that.
Yeah, I think that's what they said, where the 24-man is going to be like the light version, and then the 48-man is going to be like Baldessian Arsenal.
Exactly.
That is going to be fun. Like, even though the Baldesian Arsenal was extremely difficult, I had a lot of fun. I think maybe it was just like the sense of clearing it and just like knowing that I finally got through after dying several times in that place and not being able to get resurrected. Oh, that place is a nightmare. A good nightmare.
Good feeling.
Going back to this dungeon though, what do you think about the difficulty on the bosses? I mean, the first one, the bottom top one, I think those are pretty easy to both, and I don't think they're hard.
My opinion, I think so let's rank from easiest to hardest. Which one do you think is easiest to hardest, Emi?
I think the easiest one is the top on the first part. I think that's the easiest one.
From all the bosses?
Yeah. I think the hardest is the last one. I mean, it's not really hard, but it's more prone to failing. Like I've seen, the thing is, with the one party going into the fighting the Beast Master dude, it may happen that, I don't know, you're in the other party and people who decided to go there didn't know that part of the fight and they wipe and everyone wipes. Like, it has an element of difficulty that it's not actually the fight, but the way it's divided, I think.
That DPS check in that fight is what gets a lot of people. From what I understand, it's like a pretty tight DPS check when you go up top. Like, I've never actually been up top. But yeah, that stinks. Like, if that team doesn't kill the dude up there and your whole group is wiped because of it, like, that's like a Baldesian Arsenal mechanic right there. Like, if one thing fails, then everyone's gonna fail. I also thought, like, Adramalik or whatever, the third boss.
Yeah.
Like, his mechanics are fun. I like that mechanics because it's all like, he would be like, what were the the different combos, like
Yeah.
the water ice combos, and then like water earth combo. Like all that stuff was a lot of fun. I think that was my favorite boss, even though it wasn't necessarily easy. It was just fun to do.
I agree 100%. That is my favorite boss of the dungeon too. It's super fun. It's not hard. It's not easy. It's like medium. It's okay, but it's super fun. It also reminds me of oh my god, what's the name? Like the War of Light Savage with all the elements thing.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, Seed of Sacrifice. I didn't remember quite.
Yeah.
Like like the fire move, ice don't move. Yeah, well, actually the other way, fire don't move, ice move, and the combination of those mechanics, it brings nice close memories because it was like what 2 months ago we were farming that. I think that's the most fun one. But I think the dungeon is a pretty good thing. I have one big issue with the dungeon is the really low amount of coins that drops.
The coins for the yeah, you have to run that a lot in order to get
Whoever did the math for that, it was like, dude, like you're getting, I don't know, 20 coins, let's say, in the dungeon. It depends on how many creatures and whatever, but around 20, 21, 22 coins. And augmenting one piece of gear costs a freaking 1,000.
999. It's one of the thing is, the reason why I guess it's so expensive is because you can actually get them as drops in the chest as well, the augment items.
Oh,
but,
I've never seen that. It just says that you
super low. It's
and
super low.
I don't believe it.
Why don't you get no, okay, it's super low, but it does happen. It's one of those rare drops that actually happen. But okay, so you said easiest, top boss, hardest, one of the last bosses, and favorite, the middle boss. What about you, Jolly?
Wait.
Easiest, hardest, favorite boss from Castro.
Oh, well, there's only 3, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, technically there's 4 because you could get like the bottom or the top boss on the first one.
Oh yeah, no, the first part's easy. Like, you know, it only took me a little bit to like understand the mechanics of either side. Like I went and I've done top and bottom on those. And then the second boss, definitely a lot of fun. And then the last boss, yeah, that's definitely gonna be the hardest, dude. Not only because of the DPS check, but there's still some mechanics during that fight that I was just like, I couldn't keep up with, or they didn't make like perfect sense to me at first. Or like, the one thing about that boss that gets me is you know, when he jumps to these different positions, and
I was going to say the same thing you're going to say.
Yeah,
okay.
like you can see like the donuts at first. Like he'll either do a donut or he'll do the cross attack. And so like I see those and I'm like, in my head I'm like, okay, that's a donut, that's a cross, that's a donut, that's a cross. But then the donut and the cross disappear from like the center of the icon, and I'm like, uh-oh, I don't remember if that was a donut or a cross anymore, and then I just get destroyed.
And Lion says, you better not mess up this time, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna mess up this time.
Yeah.
What I was going to say about that mechanic is like, I mean, I get, yeah, this is a donut, this is an X, but when it jumps to the X, you don't know the way it's going to be looking.
Yeah, that cross has gotten me a few times because of that, man. It's weird too, cause like I thought I had it figured out. Cause when you go into the donut, and then if he jumps, however he jumps from the donut to the cross, that's kind of how he's gonna be positioned. But sometimes he rotates a little bit, and it still gets you. So it's like, okay.
That's exactly what I was talking about. It's like, okay, he's gonna look that way, and he does like jumps, lands.
And then, yeah, rotates a little. It's like, why? Yeah, why are you doing that? Why are you killing me? It's
more manual.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Oh my God.
So, and I know this is one thing that Emi's gonna love to talk about, but How do y'all feel about the Heaven's Words fates being an alternative to getting the relic weapon over Bozja?
I mean, I'm not super happy about it.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say it like this. I'm not opposed of them doing like, okay, you don't want to do Bozja, but you want to have a relic. That's okay. Theoretically, it's okay. I don't like that, like, if you do it outside, you have a 100% drop rate. That's just like, it makes it so much easier to do it outside. I mean, I get that if you do it on Bozja, you're also doing all the stuff at the same time. Like, you're ranking up, you're getting clusters, whatever. There's a lot of things, all the rewards you can get at Bozja. And like the fun of doing Bozja, which is why I'm doing it that way. I've done all my relic stuff, I've done it inside Bozja. But I think that it lessens the value of the reward in Bozja, being the relic the main reward, at least how it was advertised, that you can get it so much easier on the outside. I'm not opposed of a second alternative method to get it, because I know there's people that don't want to do like the grinding, different kind of gameplay as Bozja or Eureka has. I don't know.
I kind of agree with that. Like, I thought the 100% drop rate was a little insane. And I mean, I think that's just about all I can say about it, though, because, well, and maybe they should have mixed it up and not just done fates. Like, maybe they should have made it to where, because like I looked into that and considered doing it, and I was like, oh man, just doing fate grinding for your relic outside seems so boring. And to be honest, like, I would have done Bozja anyways, but like in ARR, there's like a whole path. Like, you had your books, you had to get the Atmas, you had to get the, I forgot what some of the Alexandrite. Yeah, so you had to get a ton of stuff for those relics. And then I just felt like it was a little too easy for those people. Like, I felt like they need to make them struggle a little bit, maybe. But they didn't have to struggle at all. I mean, people were like rolling around with their relic weapons that didn't go into Bozja, and they were like that day it came out, and I was just like, dang, they got that relic fast.
That is what I was thinking. Like, I mean, the relic is usually, I mean, you have like the savage weapons or ultimate weapons, where like the raiding weapons. That's super cool, and I love getting those. But I also love the grinding weapons, which are the relic ones. Mm-hmm. You have to go for a crazy grind in ARR, in Heaven's Ward, in Stormblood, 3 expansions.
Yeah.
Like that. It was like that. So I think doing it that easy, like the first step of this relic was basically, okay, start the quest. Okay, have the relic. Oh, you want another one? Yeah, give me a few poetics. Have another relic. I think it makes it less valuable.
Exactly.
When it's like easy to get. I love, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know, Pagos, it was like crazy. It was like the other way around, too much. But hated, I don't know, Pyros or Hydatos, I think those were fun for the amount of time you had to put in to get a relic there. I think it was okay. It makes it more satisfying.
Yeah, I'm probably the only one that disagrees with that outlook. I think that them having the fates like that is a totally fine way of having an alternative. Because the thing is, if you make it the same like drop rates as Bozja, then may as well like not even be a different method. Because if you're gonna have like the super low drop rates that Bozja has with the skirmishes and critical events, you may as well just not do fates at all. Because you're gonna be there the same amount of time as in the Atma steps in ARR. The thing that I say that it's okay is because, number one, you're not doing much grinding, but the grinding itself is like hella tedious. I honestly don't want to do 60 fates and 6 dungeons after that in order to get the relic. So if anybody wants to go there, it's 100%, but yeah, like, I'm going to be grinding that and probably be bored throughout. I've done those fates, I don't know how many times. I'm probably not going to even be leveling because all my jobs are level 80. So if you have like a level 51 to 60 job, it's also beneficial, but the fates don't have any more benefit than just getting the relic. unless you have like one of those jobs. Whereas in Bozja, you have all these other things that you can do. You know, you can get mounts, you can get levels on your 71 plus classes. You can get different other things like emotes, hairstyles. Go to the classroom and get some new cool gear and stuff like that. So when you're working towards the relic in Bozja, you're also working towards other things. You're working towards the next tier of Bozja that's coming. The people that didn't do Bozja now are probably not going to be able to do the next tier of Bozja. So they're probably going to have to do who knows what else is going to happen for the next tier of the weapons, right? Another thing is, one thing that I've noticed, like when we were cluster farming, those fragments were dropping like crazy. You were getting like maybe one every 3 or 4 minutes. So it's like you still have your way of getting them fast in Bozja. Is you sometimes have to work a little bit harder because you have to be in a party in order to gain them, whereas in Fates you don't have to. You can just go solo and clear the Fates. But yeah, I think it's fine how it is. Maybe 100% was a little bit too overkill. Maybe they could have done maybe 80% or something like that, 70%. But making it the same, I don't know. Nobody would have done it. No, literally nobody would have done it.
Yeah, it would have been as
well. A few good points there. I mean, I do it in Bozja, and I agree 100% in, like, I wouldn't do it there. I don't want to do 60 fates. I'd rather do Bozja. I don't know. I mean, I love Bozja. Fun content, but I mean, I'd rather do anything except 60 fates.
Instead of 60 fates, right? I mean, I guess you could work towards your, what's that event that's going out?
Yokai?
Yeah, I guess you
could
do
that. Yeah. I could do that. Yeah, that is a good point. But yeah, I mean, I don't agree 100%. Like, I still have my view. But you have a few. Like, I agree with some of the things you were saying there. They could maybe they could have done like 80% instead of 100, made it a little more difficult, or maybe they could have done, I don't know, 50%, but also lower the percentage in Bozja. That way, like, still people could still do the outside, and like everything would be a little harder to get. I think you like. I love the amount of grinding you had to do in the other ones. Like, when you got the relic, you were like, oh my god, this took me so long, but I finally have it. And now it's like, okay, I got another relic. I get another one.
What if that's where we're wrong, though? Like, what if Kaito kind of brought a point, like, so, like, the first step, yeah, sure, it was easy, kind of like the other ones were before that, but when is it going to happen that they're going to, like, throw something, like, super hard, like filling out the books that we had to fill out in ARR, and, like, all of a sudden these people that have been doing it the easy way are like, oh, man, I'm not wanting to do this. Wait, hey, is Bozja still open? Hey, can I get in here? Hey! And they're going to start from square one. But, hey, that's okay. That's going to keep content relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should find, like, because the books are fucking annoying, everyone knows that.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
To this day, I think it's the worst step still. I hated the books so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I thought I was gonna go and get my Paladin relic from ARR, and I got to the point where I got to the books and was just like, oh gosh, I can't even do this.
I'm done. This is the relic. This is the relic. I don't need it anymore.
Jesus, man. They nerfed them, and it still feels horrible to do them. It's like, you might as well not even do it.
Yeah, that's like going too far the other way. I think they need to strike a balance, which I think there's a few that are more in there. Like, the latest steps of the Eureka ones, they were okay.
Pretty good.
I think, I don't remember if it was Hiatus or Pyros. There was one where, like, the rolling substats were annoying, but I don't remember if it was Pyros or Hiatus.
I got a pretty good. I'm pretty sure
that was Pyros. The substats, I hated Pyros.
The substats was Pyros.
Yeah, it was Pyros. Yeah.
But you wouldn't have, like, if you didn't roll stats, you wouldn't have any stats on the Hiatus weapon, I think. So it was kind of weird.
It was like that. Dude, I have, like, my scholar weapon is awesome. I have like 600 crits,
Yeah, I got
Something like
something around
600
there,
crit,
too.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I remember I was at that point in the game, and that point during the grind, I was like, dude, I don't even care about the relic weapon stats. I just want the shiny weapon. Give me the
yeah.
shiny weapon, and that's all I was after at that point. And the armor, the shiny armor from there was really cool. I'm hoping...
Just give me a replica.
Has anyone seen, like, if you augment the stuff from, Bozjan, does it give you any shiny
Like a
effects
glow
or
or
anything?
something?
Yeah.
I mean, I only
don't think so.
I only looked at it through like the preview window, and a lot of times it doesn't really show what you'll look like outside of the preview window. So I don't know, but it might not.
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think so. But yeah, I only there.
It looks too leathery to actually have the glow or something.
That's
it doesn't
true.
look like
Yeah.
exotic enough.
Exotic enough.
Yeah. What do you think about the gear? The look of the gear? Do you like it?
I like it. I think it's very cool.
It's
I have
cool.
like the full tank set, and I love it. I love the boots specifically. I'm using them right now in my character, but the whole set looks really cool.
I like that they
I think
gave the
there's a
tank a
few.
hood.
I like a few. I mean, for example, I like the healing one, but I don't like it for healer. I
Yeah,
think it's a cool gear, but I use it for, I don't know, a machinist maybe,
yeah.
or something like that.
A lot of gear sets have that weird thing where it's like, I love it, but not for this class. Like, why?
Yo, I
Yeah.
live for those gear sets. Like, have y'all seen my healer?
Yeah, you.
I'm
you
like
look you have
rocking...
armor and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I'm like
I
wearing
don't know.
full plate armor on my healer, and I'm just like, as an astrologer, just like, yeah, who needs some hills?
You have that one Eastern Imperial helmet that nobody uses. Like, you're literally the only person I've ever seen using that helmet.
Hey, it works. It works.
It looks cool. It looks cool. I won't deny it. What about logograms versus lost actions? Any combinations that you guys would have liked to see come back? that you
Oh man, I don't know. There's some that like I haven't seen yet, and I'm just like hoping that like I just haven't found them yet. Because
I gotta say,
like
I
is
think
Double
they
Edge
did- What?
is Double Edge still in there?
No, I think it isn't. If it is, I don't have it, and I
It-
haven't seen it.
It's not there to the extent that it was in Eureka. I think there's something similar to Double Edge where your
Yeah,
health drains, but it's like a set amount of percentage.
Yeah.
It's not like increasing every time. So yeah.
yeah, exactly. There's one like that. I have it, but I think I didn't use it yet. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name either, but I'm pretty sure I have it. It's not as cool as Double Edge. Double Edge
Yeah,
was
no, Double Edge
super
was
cool.
broken. Double Edge,
It was so good.
Jesus.
Charge
One
up
of
on
the-
Madara and drop it.
What was the combination with Double Edge? There was like Double Edge, and I don't remember.
The Bloodbath logogram.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
survive
do
for
that.
days, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Great, man. It was freaking great. I wish they brought that back. But there's another go. Like there's one lost action that literally makes Warrior unkillable. If you get like the essences of blood sucking or something like that, every hit you do is as if you were activating Nascent Flash. So basically you heal for every time you hit, and that just stays active. And you do so much damage and heal so much that you see the pulls that we do for farming clusters, I do them solo on Warrior. I literally do them on solo. Just take everything and solo everything. It makes them unkillable. Unkillable.
Oh
They are
my goodness,
unkillable.
I've got to try this. I think my warrior's just high enough to get in there. I've got to try
Unkillable,
that.
man.
That
It's
sounds insane.
Yeah, my
Feels
war
so
isn't
good.
high enough to get in there, but I don't like to try. My war is like level 50, I think.
I think Warrior is probably the only one that can survive like that too. Because Warrior is one of those jobs where you can do a lot of damage and also heal a lot at the same time. Whereas with like Paladin, you have like, you can heal a lot, but you kind of have to stop attacking in order to heal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could kind of come down to the wire when you're doing those big pulls like that.
Maybe Dark Knight. I think it's the closest
Maybe.
war in regard to that.
The thing is, Dark Knight only has like one skill that can heal him now. And you can't
Yeah.
spam it
Yeah.
anymore.
Well,
yeah,
true,
it
but
makes
yeah.
it rough.
Yeah.
You have the what's its name? The drain thing. That's an AoE.
Abyssal Drain.
Yeah.
Does Abyssal Drain still give life still?
It does,
Yeah.
but you can't spam it anymore. Like
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah,
you're right. You
yeah.
can't spam it anymore. That's right.
back then,
It's
you
like-
could spam that thing. Jeez, it
Oh,
was
I used
so
to
broken
love
back
that.
in
It was so
Stormblood.
fun, just like boom, spike ball, or yeah, Abyssal Drain is spiky.
Man, I used to see freaking what was the skill that they removed from Dark Knight? Dark
Arts?
It was Dark
Yeah.
Arts Abyssal Drain. Dark Arts Abyssal Drain.
Yeah.
Dark Arts. It was for days, man. You
Exactly.
were- Jesus.
Thank
so
goodness
crazy.
they got rid of
Good
Dark
old
Arts.
Dark Knight.
Ah man, they kind of took away the survivability of Dark Knight a little bit, but it's still pretty good to play. I think it's a better iteration now, though.
The thing, like the best thing about Dark Knight is the Blackest Night. The Blackest Night is the best cooldown.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
it's so good, so
for
good.
sure. Those are all the lost actions, huh?
I mean, there's a lot of them right here that I'm looking. I'm trying to find the one you were talking about that gives you the life steal.
It's like blood sucking or something like that. Keep going down.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Deep Essence of the Bloodsucker.
Increases your damage
Oh.
and absorb a portion of damage dealt as HP.
You know,
What?
And it
might
doesn't run
have
out.
it.
It doesn't run out.
So it makes you
Yeah.
stronger. Like it makes you deal more damage, and you absorb a portion of the damage dealt as HP. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, dude, that
It's-
is
I'm telling you.
nuts.
Unkillable.
Is it tank only?
It's tank only, yeah.
Oh, because I was thinking you could
DPS
be like a beast DPS.
DPS
Or
also
like-
have one very similar to that one, but I think it's slightly because I don't know if it increases damage. It definitely it increases defense
This
and
one,
HP
yeah, this one.
and gives you health. Oh
It's
yeah, there you
the
go.
Deep Essence of the Beast, and it'll increase your defense by 60% and your HP by 54%, and it gives you the same effect where if your damage dealt comes back as HP.
You can probably solo skirmish with that to level the DPS.
Oh no, yeah.
I
Definitely.
think the
Yeah.
only place you can get the Deep Essences though is from
Castrum.
Castrum. Yeah, you can only get Deep Essences from Castrum. That's why if you look on the board right now, if you get like any of the lost actions from there, you can sell them for like 100k a piece because they give you these Deep Essence actions.
Oh yeah, I sold a lot. I like the first days. I was like, okay, I have these 4 lost actions, and I'm selling all the fragments. I made a
Man.
ton of deal with them.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I made like 7 mil on the first few days, and I could have made a lot more, but I was just like, I was using stuff instead of selling it.
Well,
No,
there you go,
I-
folks.
I sold everything there.
Yep.
Everything. The
There you
first
go.
day I sold everything. I got the barding and I sold it. And I never got it again. I sold it.
I sold the mount because I thought I was gonna get it again, and I haven't seen the mount again. And I was like, oh gosh.
Oh god.
You sold. Wait, you didn't use. I thought that was like an extra mount that you got.
No.
So you actually just sold it. Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't have the mount either. Like
I'm gonna
I don't-
buy it. It's gonna get cheaper. I know it is. Like, don't know.
it's probably going to.
I got it
used
after
right
like
away.
use.
I used it right away.
That's why I sold the barding. I got it like on my, I don't know, 5th or 6th chest and lockbox. And I was like, okay, let's see how much this sells. And it was selling, I think I sold it for like 600k or something like that. I was like, this shit is gonna drop in 3 weeks. It will drop
Yeah,
like
exactly.
20k, and I sold it for 600.
Well, that's what you. There you go, people. Anybody that ever hears this, if you want to make some gil, just go to Bozjan. You'll make a lot of gil.
Yeah.
Make a ton of
It
gil.
was the same with
Lost
the
actions are
Elite
going to be expensive for a long time. Like, I feel like lost actions will hold their value pretty well,
sure.
especially the ones from Castrum. Like, if you have people that are, like, getting Castrum on farm, which I think it respawns, like, every hour or something like that, you can get into
Yeah, I
Castrum.
think it's like 50 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, like, if you just, like, hit those every hour and get those lost actions, you can make a ton. Because I guarantee people are probably... I wonder if this is going to happen. I can't remember. From Powers to Hydatos, did the logograms carry over? They did, didn't they?
Oh, that is a good question. I think they
They
did.
did.
I think
Yeah,
they did.
so that means like I bet a lot of people are just going to be stocking up on Lost Actions for the next rendition
Yeah,
of the next Bozjan front, or they're going to be stocking them up for the next 48 man.
Well, you know
Nightmare.
what? Now that you say that, I have another question for you guys. Do you think there's gonna be a second area on Bozjan? Or is it going to be like, okay, you have the Brave Baldition Arsenal thingy and that's it?
There's definitely gonna be another area for sure.
Yeah, no,
For sure
I
there's
think
gonna
so.
be another area.
I mean, I expect that too, but since they didn't say anything on the library about that, I was like, are they going to do it? They better do it.
They have to. I mean, the thing is, everybody's having their expectations set of what already happened in Eureka, so they don't have to do it. Like, if they don't do it, it's kind of our fault for expecting it from Eureka. But I feel like they will. I feel like they definitely will do another area. Because it's like they're already setting it up. I think they're setting it up within the story. Like, okay, we're going. Like it's called the Southern Front. Who knows? We might go to the Northern Front or the Eastern Front or something like that.
Yeah.
That is a good.
And I also think like the Bozjan front is all dark and dreary and just, you know, it's got a really negative vibe. Like it's a war zone, and I feel like that's like I just feel like they're gonna like give us like a pretty area or something next to like make up for like the dark and dreariness, kind of like what they did with you know, all the different Eureka zones kind of had their own special allure to them.
Oh yeah.
And so I feel like they're gonna do the same thing with the Bozjan. Well, these steps in the relic are gonna be kind of like that. Like I feel like they're gonna have like some fancy shiny zone, which is another reason why I really feel like Bozjan is the way to go if you're doing the relic grind, because like when they come out with a new zone that people are like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing, and you're not about the Bozjan thing, you're gonna have to start from the war zone, and that's gonna suck.
Okay. What do you think about what do you guys think about the war zone look like?
It kept me engaged. It right away. It kept me right away engaged. I felt like an actual like veteran going into battle and trying to save the Bozjans from I guess from taking their homeland back or something like that.
Yeah.
Back from the Imperial. So it definitely feels cool. Engaging. Yeah.
It does.
I thought it was pretty cool. Like when I went in, I was like, okay, this looks like a World War II game or something, but in Final Fantasy, and it's pretty cool. And like the trenches. And,
yeah, that's what I was
yeah.
Like, the ditches that you see and stuff like that. It feels very like war-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I don't think we should go to spoilers in the story, but just telling what do you think about the story in Bozjan. Do you guys like it? I think it was pretty cool.
I do.
I mean, it's much more engaging than the Eureka one in comparison.
I can't make a sense of comparison when it comes to Eureka. In all honesty, I just straight up skipped. Like I didn't after Pagos, I didn't want to see anything related to freaking Eureka, so I just basically went as fast as I could. I'm like, I don't want to know anything about this. Like even at the end when they tell you like, are you gonna save or destroy Eureka? I was like, yeah, get rid of it, destroy it.
Go into the sea.
Yeah, get out of here. But with Bozja, yeah, I liked it. It felt very. I guess it was the setting overall. Like it was already setting for like this war that's coming. We're gonna free Bozja from the clutches of the Imperial. So that already kind of caught my attention. And then the things that actually happen in the story, without spoiling anything, are very intense. So I definitely liked them.
The one
I wasn't
thing I have to
expecting
say,
the twists and things. I mean, I expected some twist, but it was like more twists that I expected.
What a twist!
the twist.
I felt like M. Night Shyamalan came in there, man, and just made it just like crazy.
I'm just ready to see like what fights we have ahead of us with that queen. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Like I'm really excited to see where that's all going.
Yeah.
We may be looking into the Baldition Arsenal equivalent boss Maybe.
Are we gonna see another Isao situation with Shiva and all that?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. I was thinking something like that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That last part in the last quest after Castrum, I think that was pretty cool.
That you have to clear Castrum in order to see all that. Like, I was kind of bummed out by that. Like, man, I gotta clear Castrum and I can't even get in. But luckily, people are clearing it now.
Yeah.
I think like I was thinking the same thing than you on the first days because like people wasn't going into the castrum. It was like, oh, I want a queue to see the story. Oh, there's 5 people going in. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. But now that everyone's going, I think it's very accessible to everyone. It's not hard to clear castrum.
You would just get debated into that. Like, you would see like 25 people queuing in, and once you hit commence, it was like 5 people inside, and it's like, where did everybody go? What happened?
Yeah!
Go wipe at the first boss.
Thank goodness they let you leave.
I know, right? Just return.
Oh, man. I felt for that too. I got in and was like, oh, here we go. And there was only like 3 people that showed up, and I was like, this ain't happening.
You're like so excited, like, oh, I'm gonna get it cleared, and it's like, no, you're heading out of here right now.
Yeah, you're leaving.
This is the castrum. Now leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome. Goodbye.
Well, another thing I thought it was interesting about the story is I think it's gonna really tie up with the next expansion that we're assuming it's going to be in normal or at least in the outskirts of it. Or whatever, but it's going to be really related to the Empire and the Civil War going in there. Well, I'm not going to go into too much spoilers, but I think it's pretty cool that they're like tying up this story in Bozjan, which is a really optional content, into something that it's probably going to be related with the MSQ later.
Yeah.
Which I feel they're like doing that with all content in Shadowbringers, which is a huge improvement.
Like Eden and all that stuff there.
Eden, like every raid or optional content, it's tied up with the story. That is a great idea. Well, at least I love that.
That's definitely one of the things that has improved Shadowbringers by a lot. It's just like the incorporation of all the other content. It's not like super like separated like Stormblood with Eureka, for example. Like, it was just its separate
Eureka
thing.
and Omega.
Or Diadem. Yeah, Omega or Diadem, like whoever did Diadem back then. But yeah, all that stuff, man. Yeah, and overall, great experience in Bozjan. I would go back any time of day.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Shoot, I'll be back.
And 9 out of 10, I will give it. I think it's pretty good. The only thing complaints I have is like the easiness of the relic, but that's not exactly boss shop. It's like the relic stuff and the rewards of the like how many coins do you need? For like, I think they went like, okay, the relic is super easy, but do you want the augmented armor? Well, you need to grind for fucking ever.
Time to grind.
Dude,
yeah.
Like,
that's gonna be a
do I have to do like 100 runs for 2 pieces?
Look, don't worry about it.
I'm just
Jolly
gonna
is
go drop the
do
12 mil and buy everything.
No. What we're gonna do is you're gonna do an experimental, like an experiment, and you're just gonna get everything and see how long it takes. Do it, Jolly. Do it.
It'll take me like as long as it takes to go to the FC chest and rob us of our 100 million and go in and then go and buy everything. And then y'all be like, dang, look at my augmented gear, just don't check the FC chest.
Oh my god.
Okay, now you know we are rich, don't come to our house and rob us.
No, somebody's gonna keep watch.
You know what? That's one thing that I feel like I've done good on, but I also kind of feel like kind of scummy. Is like I don't let anyone have access to the guild. I'm pretty.
Really, you're the only one. I thought I had access to the guild.
Some people have access. I definitely don't. I guess people don't trust me with the guild of the FC.
It's fine. You don't need access.
That's not true.
Wow.
No. Hey, you wanted your own individual rank. That's why you got. Why
Look,
you don't
man.
have it.
I even gave you guys a Sephiroth tree, man, and I don't get anything in return. But I see how
You
it
were
is.
the one, like, you could be a console cat like I am. But you decided you want a separate rank for yourself. Now you don't
Like-
have my privileges.
Let's be real. The coolest rank is the rank I have. It's hands down.
That may be it, but I can get money out of the chest and you can.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
And
Oh
also,
my gosh.
you are usually the poorest one here. You're always like, oh, I don't have any gear, so the chest will be pretty good for you.
Yeah, if anyone should be in there farming the like augmented item things, it should be Kaito, and he should just be selling them.
No. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down with dignity, and I'm gonna push both of y'all before me. So let's go.
Well, I think we discussed mostly everything.
I think
Yeah,
this is
no,
what we
no,
want
yeah.
to give it a
I
stop.
think we've already hit an hour. We're at an hour and like 7 minutes. I think that right now would be a good time to stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was a good experiment. So for anybody watching, I guess one of you guys can, exit us out of here. So go ahead.
Yeah, we can say goodbye, so that way people will be like, okay, it's finished with something. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
What
I mean-
what does people do when they finish the stream?
They're usually like, all right, y'all, we're heading out. Thanks y'all for coming. And
goodbye, world. This
If
if you stuck around this long, like you're a trooper, and like thank you so much. And hopefully we can have another podcast for you to listen to later.
For sure. That
Now,
is
Jolly,
good.
closes out with the.
But, and before I say anything else,
What?